Steve, the madness starts again, mate. After a little bit of a break, we're back to Blackpool. It was only 4 weeks ago, was it? 5 weeks ago when we was there?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, Winter Gardens is just a fantastic venue, but it's always booked and you can never get it. So we did have the Friday show, which we'd had arranged for a while, and while I was there, they'd had a cancellation, so we said, right, we'll book it, even though it was only like 6 weeks to go for the lads to resell. But you know, it's something that, you know, I'm determined to get going again is Blackpool, and hopefully the Winter Gardens is a regular event 4 times a year for the kids. I mean, one is I love the venue, it's fantastic. 2 is that because it's Blackpool, there's something special about it, and the other own kids,
for everyone, isn't it?
Yeah, the other own kids from Liverpool and from Manchester can sell there, you know, and obviously I've got some talent that I want to grow, and you know they sell tickets, and I think we can really get it back, and even start getting the TV shows back to there now. So that's one of the few things that I want to achieve again now, you know, before we call it a day. And you know, Blackpool and bringing these kids through, making champions and getting the Winter Gardens full and bouncing is what I do. And we've had a little bit of bad luck last time with about 3 fights falling through in the last time, and we've had a bit of bad luck on this one, really, that we've lost Jake James, who's going to top the bill. We lost the chief supporting James Moorcroft, but we've got a good 7 fight card, and I'm really pleased with some of the fights that are on it, Lee.
Yes, oh yeah, because it's just another big fight just been added to it, hasn't it? A Greek kid. But we've got Joe HOWARTH on there, who's making loads of noise, and it's the first little away trip for him as well, isn't it? Yeah,
you know, Joe's been up nice and quiet. He had all the stoppages, and last time out he had a fantastic fight with Josie Bandana, who's on the show, and there's a little bit of like interest in the kids who are fighting the opponents on this one. Like Joe Howarth's fighting the Rustin Fat Coolin is he called?
He fought Jacob Rowe.
He fought Jacob Rowe at Blackpool and give him a fight. And so people who've seen Jake last time will know he's a decent kid, and
he gave Marcus Malloy a good fight on our show.
Yeah,
didn't
he did 6 good rounds with Marcus, and you know, it's another good test for that Joe Howarth, and it's what we need for Joe, because as we say, he had those 3 out of 3 stoppages against durable opponents you don't normally get. So we managed to get him 6 hard rounds last time, which will learn him a load, and it'll be the same again with this one, and it's a good fight for us to have. Jacob Rowe, we've got I can't pronounce his name, but he's an Estonian who's 2-0, so again it's not an easy fight for Jake, but
someone's always got to go.
It's one where, you know, we think he's more than capable of handling, and if he's going to be what we think he is, you know, he's going to have to beat these kids, and so that's a good test for him. And you know, it's like Tyrone Bowen Price, you know, we're putting him in that Joshua Bandana, who we've seen fight Joe Howarth and other people, and he's a good kid. So straight away you've got 3 fantastic competitive fights for the lads, and normally they don't get them so early in the careers.
And those 3 fights you just mentioned are all very young and all very talented, and I presume you're hoping they will go a long way, them 3.
Yeah, well, like I was saying, I want to build Blackpool up and end up with Jake and Tyrone topping there in titles. You know, that's what it's all about, and these will be part of the education, and the people who come and watch them and see the starts of their careers will be able to follow them all the way through. And then we've got Paddy Lacey fighting Jake Bray. Jake was on the last show at Blackpool and got a win against Owen Kirk, so the lads know there we've got a competitive guy in the forward corner. John KIELY, he's fighting Josh Margan. He used to be Central Area champion, so it's only John KIELY's is it 3rd fight? So
I think it's his 3rd fight, and this kid's got 6 wins on his record, 2 losses and a draw.
Yeah,
and like you said, he's been an area champion, so a real test for him, mate.
Yeah, and then we're doing a favour for Jamie Moore putting his prospect from the gym, LERONE Harrison on.
Who's Oliver Harrison's son?
Yeah, and he's fighting John Spencer, who normally quite durable, and I think he's just been stopped by one of our lads, hasn't he? But he very rarely gets stopped.
Yeah, well, so I think he did in his early fights, but since then he's learned the game and knows how to survive.
Yeah.
Do you know something? I know he comes from white collar, but he had a ridiculous amount of white collar fights. He must have had 150, and he was a kid that, you know, do you remember Christian Lake? He'd be in a pub on a Friday night or something. You'd phone him up and say, do you want to fight tomorrow night?
Yeah.
And he'd say, well, that's what John was like. Literally, I was at a show once, and he was, I think it was about 2 hours before the fight, and they phoned him up and said, do you want to come down and fight? He was there with his gear.
Well, that story runs into the seventh fight there. Jamie Quinn has just jumped in to fight the Greek kid that we're putting on, which is called Staphos Antonis, and he's kind of living in Preston now, which isn't far away. He's from Greek. He's turned up with Dave Fitzgerald's gym, and
Scott Fitzgerald's dad.
Yeah, so he's just asked if we can get him a fight, and to be honest with you, you know, I was hoping that we'd have a stronger card at the start of this with Jake and Jake James and James Moorcroft. With them falling off, it's good to put an extra fight on. But looking at this fight and talking about it, I'm pretty excited. You know, we have got a good show on Saturday night.
Do you know something? This is one of those cards. You know when you look at those posters from years gone by, and then you look who's on the undercard there. And you go, bloody hell, he was there, and he fought. I think potentially there's at least 3 or 4 of these fighters that could be one of those guys that you say, bloody hell, look at all them who were on that show, you know, early on in the career.
Yeah, there's a second. I'm pleased with it. But going back to the story there with Jamie Quinn, I remember being at a show where Zelfa Barrett's opponent, he was at Middleton. I forget what he come and he had something like a cold sore on his lip, and the doctor failed him, and Quinny come out of wherever he was in Stockport and fought Zelfa on like 20 minutes notice.
I think he gave Zelfa a real run for his money on that night.
And he did. So he's going to jump in for us on Saturday night, and we've got a tremendous show, and that's what I want in Blackpool. I want good shows, and it'll get everybody out. And I'm sure, obviously, we was there 6 weeks ago. It was a dinner show. This is an open show, and
so is it going to be all back to seats again?
Yeah, it'll be the first of many. As I say, I'm excited about not just going back to the venue, but the talent that we've got in Blackpool, and we can build it up. And you know, we've got a couple of other kids in Blackpool that we're going to be adding on to them, and it's going to be the start of a good fun 5 years up there. Yeah. We
should have done this at the beginning, but we might as well just do it quickly now. While you was on holiday, we had Kane Gardner go up to Scotland and pull off a fantastic victory over. A real huge puncher.
Yeah, do you know what? It was a bit of an unknown quantity he was taking on there, but a massive risk with his record, and the fact that the Scottish guy Sam Kinnock had kind of flown him over there with 3 of his family and was paying for him to live there for 8 weeks, and the intentions are that he's going to be a world champion. So it was a big risk on a small show for us to do, but we had our faith in Kane, and to be honest with you, he was in the Who Needs Him club, and now he's gone and had that win. He's going to move up to the next level, and
he's moving right with the rankings. I think
I'm certainly going to be having phone calls about him fighting in titles, and kid deserves it. You know what I mean? He'll have done it the hard way when he gets to be a champion.
And a quick one on the same night our show, boxer in Manchester, aren't they? And we've got Jay Farrell.
Yeah, Saturday night, Jay Farrell's in the prize fighter cruiserweight championship, and I know it's a toss of the coin. It sometimes rub of the green and look at the draw and how you are on the night. But you know, out of the 8 people there, he's got as much chance as anyone. And I was saying the other day when Martin Murray went into the prize fighter middleweights, it's got to be 12 years ago, I would have thought. We actually had a show at Blackpool Tower that night, and I couldn't go, but we got it on the screens up in the pub afterwards, and he went on to win it. So I hope there's a bit of good luck Omen in that there, yeah, that while we're doing the show in Blackpool, that we've got another prize fighter winner, that'd be good.
Well, hopefully we'll have a lot to talk about, a lot of good news to talk about on the Monday.
Yeah, and as I say, I'm hoping we sat down there and the show's been as good as we thought it was, and you know, it'd be a bonus if we get 7 out of 7 on here, yeah.
When's the first bell? 7 o'clock, is it?
7:15 Saturday night. Tickets still on the door. Yeah.
Right. Nice one, mate.
Cheers. Thank you.
Later. Bye.
For all boxing info, news, and latest interviews, amateur and pro across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.